Fun and affordable seems to be harder to find in the automotive industry these days, especially if you're strictly looking at purchasing a new vehicle. With subcompact and compact crossovers dominating the market at around $30,000, the only attributes you're getting is practicality and versatility. But for the first time in almost 20 years, Subaru has brought back the RS trim for the Impreza, which was certainly needed for this hatchback, as it appeared to be the forgotten model in the lineup due to the emergence of the Crosstrek. For 2024, this compact car has been refreshed in almost every way, where it takes elements, both in aesthetics and technology, from the larger offerings within the Subaru family, to potentially become a great buy this year. So here are 5 reasons why you should buy a 2024 Subaru Impreza RS. The one criticism that has surrounded the Impreza for years is its lack of power and engagement. And for a car that has a sports-oriented pedigree, it truly felt that Subaru was holding back on the development for their most affordable model to favor the more popular Crosstrek. Now for a new generation, much-needed improvements to the platform and what's found under the hood has turned what was just an econo-box into a daily driver that could bring some excitement to your weekday commutes. Powering the Impreza RS is the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine that's also found on non-turbocharged Foresters and Outbacks, producing 182 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. And as always, it will be paired with a CVT. For those wondering, the 2-liter 4-cylinder that was standard across the board for last generation does transition to 2024 for the base and sport. But we think you'll be more inclined to spend a little extra for a power plant that brings a sportier vibe and better overall responsiveness. Compared to rivals that also use naturally aspirated powertrains, the Impreza RS is spry and quick, bringing another dimension to this hatchback besides just being practical and affordable. Just like the Crosstrek, the Impreza receives the WRX's dual-pinion steering rack, but also a 10% increase in rigidity to the suspension, which does have a profound effect on the handling and cornering for this hatchback. While not being comparable to the WRX in terms of driving dynamics, the steering is tighter than last generation, allowing you to throw the Impreza around in corners. But also, thanks to the lack of body roll, you're going to feel more confident when taking on some winding back roads. In conjunction with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, the RS is playful and fun, and we think is worth the price of admission. For enthusiasts and Subaru loyalists, it's likely a better engine is more than enough to generate interest and have buyers check out what this model has to offer for 2024. Yet, where the Impreza RS is drawing quite a bit of attention from consumers and journalists is with the redesign to the road presence, as it receives styling cues from the WRX, especially for the steering responsive LED headlight housings, and even the athletic body lines that weren't present for prior model years. While not as visually noticeable, the hexagonal front grille is more angular than before, and that's been one of the minor details that Subaru has been working on with their refreshed products. With the RS, you'll also have LED fog lights to provide better visibility at night when traveling on dimly lit backroads. Other unique aesthetic features for the RS includes 18-inch dark gray finished alloy wheels and gloss black side mirror caps and side skirts, which blend in with the body color of our model and also adds a more aggressive look on this hatchback. Then coming around to the back, the rear fascia receives the exact same facelift as the Crosstrek, with the reshaped taillight housings that follow a similar design path to the Ascent and Forester, and also larger reflectors on the bumper. Overall, the Impreza hatchback for 2024 still has the same roofline and similar body lines to last generation, retaining its identity and compact size. Complementing the Impreza's new looks is a modernized cabin that also integrates a more driver-centric feel than the Crosstrek. It all starts with the cloth seats, that have pretty aggressive bolstering for a car in this market, as the support and cushioning was rather surprising, especially when taking on sharp corners and twists and bends in the road. And worth mentioning, these seats are also heated for those who live in colder climates. On our model, both front seats were manually adjustable, but through the optional $2,000 package, the driver's side will have 10-way power adjustability, and you'll also receive a power moonroof and the upgraded Harman Kardon premium audio system. The major improvement and alteration to the cabin centers around the new 11.6-inch touchscreen, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility, which replaces the dual-screen setup found on last year's model. Identical to the Subaru Crosstrek and other vehicles with this head unit, the buttons for the dual-zone climate control will be mounted on both sides of the screen, and at the bottom, you can control the AC and fan speed. You also still have physical dials for the volume and tuning. And if you remember the multicolor information display that was placed above the Starlink infotainment system for 2023, most of that info you scrolled through is now placed at the top of this user interface. Just like the 6 and 8-inch touchscreens in past years, you'll have quick access icons that efficiently get you to different menus, where you can adjust safety and vehicle settings, including the EyeSight driver assist technology systems. As always, you have a rear backup camera, and standard is rear cross traffic alert. Understanding the direction the car market is trending, Subaru decided to drop the sedan variant for the Impreza from the lineup, as buyers love the amount of cargo space this hatchback provides. However, an overlooked aspect for this compact car is its ability to be very family-friendly. While there have been some slight tweaks to the dimensions and chassis for the Impreza, interior-wise, everything remains the same, including the exceptional amount of legroom and headroom for occupants in the second row. Despite being a bit cramped when squeezing in a third person, it's certainly doable for shorter drives, and surprising to see is that you will have a USB-C and USB input for the back, allowing passengers to charge up their smartphones. Then as you make your way to the hatch, you'll have 20.4 cubic feet of room behind the second row seats, which is more practical than most of the Impreza's rivals. As mentioned during our review, dimensions-wise, the Impreza is identical to the Crosstrek, and it will ultimately boil down to whether you want that additional ground clearance to tackle the off-road or winter road conditions. Yet, with that said, the Impreza is one of very few cars in this market that offers all-wheel drive, let alone has this drivetrain made standard for all trims. And that's why, now with the more potent engine, the Impreza RS could once again appeal to shoppers in 2023. Ever since the Crosstrek hit showrooms, the Impreza's purpose within the lineup seemed rather vague, outside of it being the most affordable car from Subaru. And even its attainable price point wasn't enough to overcome its siblings' off-road capability and later on the stronger 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. For 2024 and the RS trim in general, the Impreza now once again appears to be an appealing option, as the infusion of sportier qualities, better technology, and pre-existing standard symmetrical all-wheel drive gives this hatchback a step up on most of its competition. While most buyers will still lean towards the Crosstrek simply due to its overall value, the RS could potentially be an indicator of where the Impreza goes in the near future, as this model feels like a teaser for a WRX hatchback, which has been demanded by Subaru loyalists for years. We hope you enjoyed this quick buyer's guide for the 2024 Subaru Impreza RS. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you're interested in buying an Impreza or any other compact car, make sure to check out our full reviews to help you find your next vehicle. And thanks for watching.